last night, but I spent a little bit of time on YouTube this morning. I'm gonna say a couple things, respond to hey, everybody keep Brett Ringelman in your prayers today, man. The horrible secondhand embarrassment that I have for that man, and the horrible existence that he must live every day dealing with that drunk and in front of people on the internet is so embarrassing for everybody involved. The secondhand embarrassment at this point is horrible. But I do want to make a couple points. As far as my police department goes, that cop that I talked to in my police department was fully aware of what I posted the day I called him because I told him, you idiot. Also, while we're running around the internet screaming how innocent we are and proving our innocence by saying the sheriffs told me and the cops told me that I haven't done nothing wrong, I want to remind you, as you do that, Sunshine, right? As you scream about what you're doing is not criminal, at the same time you're yelling that, you are also yelling at the top of your lungs, not only your innocence, but the innocence of the man that you're screaming about, right? Because I want you to put everything into perspective, you drunk fucking sociopath. If you're going to scream that you've done nothing wrong because all you've done is use public information, then I want you to point out to me the difference in anything that Florida Man has done. And I even want to go as far as to bring up the, oh, well, he said he was going to contact sex offenders and do A, B, and C. Well, that's the funny thing about that being that Florida Man can pretty much get on here and say whatever the fuck he wants, right? Because we all know that Sunshine can, and we all know that Sunshine's screaming innocence. I haven't done anything wrong. The cops told me. But at the same time, you're screaming about another person doing the same thing, and they're sitting in the same innocence that you are, weirdo. You all look fucking weird. At this point, I think everybody should just realize that nobody is going to get anybody locked up for anything that's going on here. And that does, in fact, include Florida Man. You look weird. Now, if I want to document months and months of harassment and make a police recording of it, that's what I'm going to do. When I make these calls, do I expect or plan on anybody being arrested? No. What I do plan on, though, is to show that the behavior has been going on for an extended period of time. And then when I continue to add to that report, that is going to one day add up to horrible harassment, regardless of how you look at it. So, you can scream innocence, you can try to lay that guilt on everybody but you, but at the end of the day, everybody is sitting in the same innocence that you're screaming about, weirdo. You see how that works? It's so fucking weird. But let's talk. So, no, this isn't a crash out. This is the way I talk. I'm a drunk. I was a drunk. I mean a drunk. And you think that I don't know what your family's going through dealing with you while you sit there and scream that you have not caused them harm, that you are not currently causing them harm, that you are not currently causing them embarrassment, horrible embarrassment. See, these are things that I know because I was a drunk. My kids love me. Your kids were raised by a drunk. Girl, sit in that fucking delusion all you want. I did it. You're fucking delusional. And I feel bad for that kid in your home that still has to deal with it. And your fucking husband.
Do you love me? Do you think I'm sexy?
We think you are embarrassing as fuck. Embarrassing as fuck. I feel bad for that man.
Do you think I'm sexy?
Yeah, baby. This behavior's really turning me on, man. You're worried. And this is funny because this is what's wrote, right? You're worried about the child in my home because I show emotion while you're a fucking drunk. Getting on the internet and embarrassing your entire family. It does not matter how many things you own, how many things that you want to scream about owning. Your life is so empty and it is so obvious to everybody. It's gross. So, I think it's very ironic that we're going to get on the internet and scream about all the law enforcement telling us we're innocent. But the crazy thing is the officer in my county that I spoke to, we already knew that. Dummy. And same, same. Same, same, man. All the stuff, all the public information being used by the other person. It's the same innocence, you fucking idiot. And that's where I'm so confused. You guys want to sit there and go, I'm innocent, but what you're doing is wrong. No, it's just as wrong as what you're doing. It's just not criminal. You get it? Just because the cops tell you it's not criminal does not stop or mean that what you're doing is not wrong. It's just not criminal. Same, same, asshole. So, as Sunshine is screaming about, they're not coming to my house anymore. They're not coming to my house anymore either. We've made that and established that quickly. They won't be coming to my house anymore either. So while we're all screaming and Sunshine, and I want everybody to remember this, because it's going to be relevant. While Sunshine is doing what I heard Mallory co-signed Sunshine last night and looked right at her camera and said, Sunshine does sunshiny things. She'll tell you that herself. Okay, wow. Sunshine is doing sunshiny things that are perfectly legal to do. When that same behavior is thrown on to other people, quit crying. Because now, right now, I have not been scared to respond this whole time. I'll come here and defend myself anytime I want to. But if I want to put an uglier shoe on my foot today, maybe I will. Right? Because everything we're doing is perfectly legal. So now I can get to respond however the fuck I want to on the internet. And that means, again, just like Sunshine, nothing's off limits, right? Nothing's off limits. Kids, disabilities, sexual trauma, it's all on the table. But what I want you to remember, at the end of the day, it's all perfectly legal. So don't bother calling anybody or complaining about it. It's legal. Also, I think when things happen, we have a hard time keeping track about who drew first blood. And it's really easy, right, for a person to forget all the things that they've done and get on the internet and say, I didn't start this. I didn't do this first. When that is a bold-faced fucking lie, right? Bold-faced fucking lie. But that's what we concentrate on. Well, who did what first? Well, you did that first. Well, what about when you did that? But what about when you said that? Oh, but what about? Well, no more whatabouts. This ball, big old ugly fucking ball, just gonna keep rolling. And everybody's gonna try to outdo the next. So, since we're all working within the boundaries of the law, may the odds forever be in everybody's favor. That means your mental health. That means your family's mental health. That means all the things. Nobody cares. But that means across the board too. Nobody gives a fuck about Smashley, her kids, or her family. Nobody gives a fuck about Scammy, her family. None of it. Everything is on the table because we are all now working within the bounds of the law. And Sunshine came here to let everybody know that last night. And I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you for letting us know that we are all innocent, not just you.
And Snark, I told the cops about the video you made about...
That's funny because you weren't the first ones to tell them. Weirdo. At least mine was funny. At least I posted a video of your house that you bragged about for fucking since you've been on this app. And I put the Beverly Hillbillies song to it because it's not what you all brag about, right? So at least mine had a little bit of comic relief. At least I'm not posting your daughters and letting people say ignorant fucking things about them. But maybe I will today. By the way, maybe if I do, if you feel a certain way about Sunshine or her daughters or their appearance, you can feel free to put your very candid comment under everything I post. You can let it go. Say what's on your mind, first thing that comes to your mind. I don't care what it is. I won't remove the comment. I will let everything stay up there. You can body shame them. You can do whatever you want to them. I don't care. I'm going to leave the comments up. Because that's comparable. Putting my daughter's images on a hate page and letting people leave horrible comments underneath is now fair game. Got you. Got you. I didn't even see it tatted. So weird. So weird. Also, I know, I understand this as well, okay? I said the other day when I was live, I made one very factual statement in that live. And the fact that that person spiraled for 2 fucking days about it makes me know that I do not have to respond to that at all. Your reaction to that one factual statement was so loud, Tekla. I mean, loud. The fact that you spiraled for 2 days about that comment tells everybody everything they need to know. I never had to say another word. That was, first of all, that was very unintentional. Didn't think that comment was going to send her on a spiral, but it did in fact do that. And that to me tells everybody what you need to know. I ain't got to say nothing else. Nothing. And you weren't blocked the entire time that I was posting you. You weren't blocked. I was recording you from my snark FYP. Also weird. Also very fucking weird. But that was one hell of a reaction. You didn't know where to start. You did not know where to start. You didn't know what action to start defending first. And the amount of lies you told, have mercy, woman. Have mercy. It's like we live 2 different experiences. It's so crazy. But at the end of the day, everybody's bored with it. I'm bored with it. Your people are bored with it. Everybody's bored with it. So save them from your crash outs and call a friend about it. You know what? If I bother you, call a friend about it, Tech. Don't spend 2 days spiraling on live stream. It's embarrassing. But it puts money in your pocket, which is another motivator in all the bullshit, right? And maybe that's why I don't spend a whole lot of time showing up here to argue with your fucks, because I don't come here for validation, money, or anything else. So you guys have stronger motivations to hit that live button. I don't. I don't need validation. I definitely don't come here for money, never have. A lot of you are putting money in your pockets while screaming victim. I think that is fucking comical. How, in the fact, do you scream that you're such a victim while you're literally making money off being a victim? Wild. I'm a victim. He won't leave me alone. I'm a victim. He won't leave me alone. Money, money, money. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you for the cash app. Oh, that was a beautiful gift. Thank you. Thank you for the cash app. Thank you for the cash app. I'm a victim. He did that to me. Thank you for the cash app. No, fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. I'm a victim, pay me! I'm a victim, pay me! The fuck. Alright, so we're all gonna run around in our own definition of innocence today. So I'm guessing it's going to be quite an interesting fucking day. Since we're all innocent, you know. Fuck. But I have been sober for 4 years. January 2nd was my sober date. And every time Sunshine goes live, I am grateful. I am overwhelmed with gratitude. It's one of the best feelings, right? Because I know the harm alcohol does on a family, baby. I lived it. I did it. I'm guilty of it. So I know what it does to children. I know what it does to spouses. I know what it does to families. Because I've done it, and never in my 4 years of sobriety have I ever been more grateful to be sober. Watching you on live should be enough to get the worst of the drunks sober. It's like looking in a mirror. And I'm grateful for it because now I know, I'm aware, I'm sober, I'm aware of the damage I caused so I could stop causing it. I'm aware of the toxic, horrible behavior that I put on my children, and I stopped it. You are sitting in misery in vodka, and you are taking your misery, out on other people. You can't ever argue that. That's what people see when you go live. That's what people see. They don't see, oh, Sunshine, she's so tough. Oh, people better be scared of Sunshine. Because that empowers you, right? That empowers you. When you can do bad things to other people, you feel empowered. It gives you confidence to keep coming here and doing it again. I don't have to come here and say that Sunshine's doing awful things because everybody can see the awful things that Sunshine is doing. You're just so blinded by your personal feelings of others that you don't care about it. So that's how I feel about everybody and anything that happens to anybody from now on. I feel exactly the same way. As I always do, I'll pick and choose what I want to respond to, what I feel like, and what I have time to. Other than that, everybody's innocent. Everybody's fine. Nobody's in trouble. And everybody should act accordingly. Act in your innocence. Keep doing all the innocent things, right? Keep doing all. You're innocent. I want everybody to remember that. Because not one person here has done anything outside of what Sunshine has done. So if she's innocent, we're all innocent. So everybody should move accordingly in that innocence. Keep doing what you're doing. Nothing's off limits. Balls to the wall. Should make everything much more interesting now that everybody's operating under immunity. Should make things quite fucking interesting. And on that note, I hope everybody is fully entertained with all the things that go on today. I hope it gives you everything that you're looking for in entertainment. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.